Hey everyone, this is Michael hopping on here. It has been quite a while since I have recorded myself. I did post on my YouTube community tabs, for those of you who missed it, that I'll be taking some time off. I posted that at the beginning of this month. As a lot of you have noticed and asked about, I did not post for the month of May. I was just taking some time to ground and reconnect with myself. And frankly, looking at the astrology for this week and really the next month, it makes a lot of sense why I felt I needed to take this time off. And I really just wanted to hop on here and share some of what is going on with the collective and for myself. I do have some notes. I just want to make this as quick and efficient as possible. And I think a good way to talk about all of this is to start with the eclipse that we have tomorrow morning, at least on the East Coast, around 7 o'clock. This is a full moon eclipse in Sagittarius. It's going to be happening in the 5th degree of the sign. And full moons in general are really times of culmination, completions, endings. It is also lighting up what isn't always seen. So, revelations, new information, showing us what's hiding in the darkness of night. And this is especially true when you have an eclipse, because a lunar eclipse is literally the moon in the Earth's shadow. We are seeing the part of ourselves or seeing the part of the collective that we don't always have access to, which is really a powerful time for shadow work and often brings new revelations, endings, changes in a very dramatic way. It's kind of an exciting energy, but it can feel unsettling at the same time. This eclipse in Sagittarius is really having us take a step back to look at the larger picture, the vision of what we really want our lives to be. And again, major revelations, perspective shifts as well, because Sagittarius is the sign of ideas, philosophies, larger structures of thinking. And with Saturn that just went retrograde this week as well in the sign of Aquarius on the 23rd, we are refining our dreams and our callings and our social networks and really the legacy we want to leave behind. Looking at things really big picture right now. And this is especially true if any of this involves like a humanitarian or social focus, if you have callings in those fields. However, this eclipse is also occurring near the South Node in Sagittarius. The South Node is about what we already know, or maybe even better put, what we think we know. A lot of review, again, especially with all this Gemini energy and Mercury retrograde around the corner, a lot of this energy is going to be showing us kind of the stories we tell about ourselves. And what's really interesting about Sagittarius energy and this kind of energy of perspective, or this theme of perspective, we're really going to see a lot of people and in ourselves having this sort of confrontation that the person who lies to us the most, the person who deceives us the most, is actually ourselves. And we do this unconsciously. Our ego is looking for stories to tell itself, filtering out information. And there's going to be a lot of review, and we're going to be seeing things and making connections that we ordinarily wouldn't have been able to otherwise. This eclipse is also about moving away from this hustle and bustle of Gemini energy and really, again, looking at the bigger picture and getting this sense of overall direction in your life. You might be feeling like you're getting spread thin right now, or you might feel like you're just bouncing from thing to thing without a real plan. That's going to become really obvious to you, and there's almost going to be this refinement of where do I really need to focus my energy? What is actually achieving my goals or achieving my dreams? And it really is bringing us back to these larger than life Sagittarian questions. What am I doing with my life? Are my actions aligning with my goals and desires? Am I really achieving these things that I want to achieve? And looking at the different areas of our lives. Are we working these jobs trying to buy our freedom because we think we have to? Are you staying in relationships or repeating patterns with other people because you're waiting for someone else to change or for someone to step in and change you for you? A lot of the time we give our power away to external circumstances, And Sagittarian energy is all about jumping in and initiating changes for ourselves. As actually a bit of a personal example, and very relevant to all of this, I'm very affected by this eclipse, and it makes a lot of sense to me now why I took time off for this month. I felt big waves. It was just like, I can't do it, honestly. This eclipse is happening on the same degree as my moon sign, the 5th degree of Sagittarius in my 2nd house, which is all about how I make money, my sense of security, my finances, my value. And I have really been doing a lot of soul searching. And in this time off, I've realized I'm not going to be able to continue working the way I have been working. It's just not sustainable. I have so many other plans and things I've wanted to do for my channel for so long, and I've been talking about it. And people who have been with me from the beginning have probably heard me reference it. And the truth is, the more my channel grew, the more demanding it felt to keep up with doing all these collective readings, as well as working with my clients on kind of an individual level, which is still very satisfying to me. But I've come to the conclusion I need to step away from doing the 12 zodiac readings a month, and I think I'm going to go to things like pick a card readings and focusing on other topical videos, talking about intuition development, teaching astrology to people, teaching tarot to people. That's actually the thing that really has been exciting me for the longest time. And I haven't gotten the same flow from my YouTube channel. I'm just being honest. And I think anyone who follows my subscriber count, anyone who followed my growth can see that. That's reflected. And instead of trying to force that and change that, I realize that I need to make a change. I need to initiate something myself. And so it's felt really vulnerable, and it's felt very scary because it's on my moon sign. It's my sense of security. It's where I get my sense of safety. And I'm almost 30. And there's a lot in my life that I don't feel like I have earned or achieved yet. And it's always scary when you're entering a new decade of your life to start over or to change the way you've been doing things. But that's exactly what eclipses are about. And I am no exception to this. We're all going through this energy together. And I'm also looking at things like TikTok, and I've been looking at like Patreon, which I actually started years ago and never officially launched. I never actually made memberships for it. I've been kind of plotting all of this out over time. I actually have like over 20 videos, no joke, in my Google Docs of different things I want to talk about and explore that I just didn't have the energy to get to. So I'm excited that I'm finally making these changes, but it's a big deal. And so a lot of you are probably going to be feeling like something big is happening, something big is shifting in my life. It could just be a perspective shift, but do not be surprised if you come to the conclusion that you need to make these changes for yourself, or you're going to have a catalyst moment that's going to make you need to change the way you are kind of living your life. And kind of going back to the astrology here, as I referenced before, Mercury is going retrograde on the 29th. So the energy is really chaotic, especially in the sign of Gemini, especially being in Gemini season, which wants to do all of these different things all at once. There's going to be a lot of mixed signals, miscommunications, maybe jumping to conclusions, and changes in plans. So we do need to be flexible. We do need to be mutable in this time, especially with Neptune and Jupiter in another mutable sign in Pisces. We have Jupiter, Sagittarius, Pisces. All three of these signs are playing big roles this month, and they are all mutable energy, which is about adaptability, sudden changes. So don't be surprised if it suddenly feels like your course gets redirected in a really dramatic way, or that happens for the collective. We might think things are going to go one way, and all of a sudden we veer to the left. Just keep that in mind. The solar eclipse in Gemini on June 10th is definitely going to be adding to kind of this energy as well, this unsettled or changing energy. And frankly, a good way this comes to me, or a good way to think about this, is like these eclipses are cannonballs, and their impact is picking up all this dust and debris. And it's going to not be until the end of June when Mercury goes direct, and even when Neptune and Jupiter go retrograde, when we start to have this clarity, because Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces can make things really cloudy and really hazy. And it's not until their energy goes inward that things really start to come into focus. And even then, might not even be until July or later when we start having this sense of clarity. There's just so much change and so much shifting right now, and a lot of revelation that's going to be happening. And again, don't jump to conclusions. There's going to be a lot of conversation and a lot of information that's going to be coming out this month. And we have to be really okay with sitting with uncertainty and allowing things to unfold over time and knowing what our personal truth is. That's really the most important thing. Um, and I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. I want to thank all of you who have supported me with your likes, shares, comments, and subscribes, both on YouTube and on Instagram. I really, really do appreciate it. I will be posting a pick a card reading probably for June. That should be coming out shortly. I am going to be posting a couple of videos as well. I think just kind of talking about the future of my career. There's a lot to talk about there, and there just wasn't enough time in this video to really go in depth about that. I am offering a discount on my website until Friday at 11:59 Eastern Time. It's 15% off if you use the code Lunar Eclipse off of readings and Reiki sessions. I actually will probably be increasing my rates soon, so if you've wanted a reading or Reiki session with me, now is definitely the time to jump on that. I do still have limited availability on my schedule because I want to give myself enough time to find my footing, especially with all this crazy Gemini energy, this kind of whirlwind we're going to be in. I recognize I need to ease myself into these changes. I'm someone who can sometimes just bite off more than they can chew, and I'm trying to get better about that myself. So if you want to get a reading with me, it's a great time. Again, I will likely be posting a pick a card reading for the month of June as opposed to the zodiac readings. That will be coming out shortly. And I'll be posting other videos as well. My plan is to actually post weekly. So again, you're not getting less of me, you're actually going to be getting even more of me. So I hope this is all exciting to you. I hope you are doing well, that you are in good health and spirits, and I will see you all next time. Take care.